Uh, I'm sitting in a chair. By the wild mother's bosom. That was a trial, I guess.
Pretty fucking cool how much shit we found, though.
I agree on that.
What do we do now that we get this place populated?
I think, yeah, don't we have more pressing matters than populating a village that may not exist?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's good to get a home settled. Like Alton always says, we can't lose.
I guess I'm just tired of that.
Kind of keep flipping through some of the books.
Marlon, what say you? Where do we go from here?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Alton was going to have me fly up a mountain. I do not recall why. I think he was looking for a gentleman with more information on what's going on, with the moon. Or what? Wait.
Yeah.
Is what do we call it now? Like, what do I don't know what to call it anymore.
Which moon was it again? Rudis?
Yep.
Rudis?
Mm-hmm.
I think you could call it by its name, lass. Even if it's not a moon, it's still Rudis. I think. I don't know. Josh Miller, you're the moon expert, aren't you?
Just stare.
I think that's a no.
Right. By the Dawn Father's beard. Oh.
Is Marlo...
Go ahead.
Is Marlo going to fly and find that guy? Just like where he is?
To be honest with you, I do not know what the guy looked like. My goal here was to get everyone up the mountain, and then I think we are going to travel, together, and just in case anything gets a little bit hairy up there, climbing the mountains, there's always trouble.
It is good to stick together. How long do we have until our celebration?
That's a soft thing when you guys want to do that.
We show.
We do that. Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna.
I think the time for celebration is not now, lad.
Yeah, I'd say you probably have a month, maybe a month and a half, because he said three months from when he contacted you when you were in Zadash.
Yeah.
And it's probably been about 4 weeks, maybe 5, since you left Zadash. So.
We got time. I might as well hike up a mountain or two.
Yeah, about that. So perusing your grounds over the last couple days, you guys saw the river does come up pretty close to the estate. And there was a small, like a keel boat with a single mast and a small sail. To get there, you'd either have to go down the river or walk down, because like where your building is here, and the Ratsum Den is like southwest of where you guys are. And Alton also found out that it's at the peak the southern peak of the Dunrock Mountains, which can get up to like 3,500, 4,000, 4,500 feet above sea level.
Can we all fit in the boat?
Yeah. Yeah. Just looks like it was made for like supply pickups, because you have Odislo down at the southern tip where this kind of enters into Yurdelok, little river or pond.
While we're waiting for Alton, perhaps we should check up on the quality of such a vessel.
Happy to accompany you. I've, for one, have never been on the water before, but
There's nothing like it, man. Even the river. The smell of water splashing on your face, the smell of the sea holds nothing to... This holds nothing to the smell of the sea, but...
sounds damp.
Smells like fish.
See, when you sell it like that, it doesn't sound enjoyable.
I'm gonna go check out the boat. I'm like, Braveer's getting excited. He's gonna go check out the boat.
I imagine he like scampers off, right?
Like, you know,
Well, happy step.
like peg leg.
Well, someone's got to watch him.
I mean, like everything else, it hasn't been upkept. So I'd say you'd probably spend a half a day just making minor fixes and adjusting things, like the wheels a little bit, tall to control the rudder and everything. So you adjust it down to more of your fitting. It's like open deck, no quarters or anything. This is strictly a river runner.
It's a river raft almost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's more like it's like a little wide. Just you see like a couple boxes, like empty boxes, and a barrel that has like a lid that's popped off, full of nasty rainwater. But you can clean it up, get it ready.
She'll do. I'm assuming it's a little boat, so no one would bother naming a boat this little.
This has not been named. No. I mean, you can name it though. It's yours. It is effectively your guys' boat. So
Yeah. Braveer's gonna think on it.
Should we name it Ruidus?
Yeah. No, not no. I think it's something fitting for such a wee boat.
A river rat.
I think we'll call it, if you don't mind, it's small. There's a beauty to it with its natural muscle. I think the Mayflower would be a good name.
Oh. Don't flatter me.
I've decided that's what we're calling it.
I'll just start carving it in. Really shitty.
Yeah.
Perhaps something a little more elegant, such as the Nina or the Pinta.
I prefer the Santa Maria.
About Brightbeard's wood, because it's small and tiny.
That's what's up. That cut me deep, Bushmere.
That's a callback to when you pissed in front of me 7 episodes ago.
I have no
For our
recollection,
viewers out there.
but it sounds like something I do. Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can head back in. I think the Mayflower is looking fine.
Sales are good. Everything's it has 4 oars and spots for 4 people to help steer or get it going.
I don't really want to decide anything until Alton arrives.
Yeah.
But
Have I? over the course of the last few days, just looking around and kind of exploring, would I've seen anything else about the teleportation circle or that like sanctum we were in downstairs, or the poison room?
Oh,
Roll me an investigation check.
hold on. Oh shit. Go on. I'll get to what I'm looking at now.
Perception, you said, right? It'd be a 19.
Investigation.
Does somebody else want to come to Valhalla?
Be 18.
18. The only things that you find that like ties to that might mean something is you know the family dagger you have, you had to make its own sheath, you know, like when that was giving, you find like a belt with a sheath attached to it, like worn and like moldy, but like as you look at it, you pull your family dagger out and it slides in, and the only person that could have possibly had that was your father.
What room did I find that in?
That would be down like you know, like I think it was floor.
Was it that poison room, like where I found the
floor? Yeah, 2A or whatever that had like
Okay.
the alchemist and poison kits in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll just pocket it.
Mm-hmm. I have something else, but I don't want to do that right now. So.
Anyways, I apparently cannot use this horn. I remember that out of character. That weird thing about Brightbeard is that he's proficient with all martial weapons, but he is not proficient with all simple weapons.
Oops.
If you use the Horn of Valhalla without proficiency in simple weapons, they fucking attack you.
Oh.
So I don't want it.
Just throw it in the bag.
I'll throw it in the bag.
I don't want
Because
it.
I was like reading it, I'm like, oh shit.
Yep.
Good catch.
So, any other preparations or investigations, claiming of things that you guys would like to do before we get ready to go on our next part of our journey?
I am
So,
going.
Go ahead.
I am going to open up a conversation to the group. I've been wondering about, taking the new staff, but I don't think I would be able to, support the group in the same capacity. But there are some advantages to having it tactically. So. I would like to hold on to that staff if it's possible.
I thought you were just going to keep them both.
Which staff was it?
What is
The woodlands.
woodland staff?
And what would you be giving up if you did take it?
Oh, that beautiful thing that helps me heal all of us. Staff of healing.
You just don't have enough of those attunement slots?
I do, but can I attune 2 staffs? Seems egregious.
Yeah. No. I mean,
I think it would be fine if it was like a ring, a cloak, and a staff. That's fine, but 2 staffs seems like weird.
Walking sticks.
I'd say, you know what? I don't think there's any rules against it. However, the only spot that would handicap would be switching between them because you couldn't, maneuver around with 2 staffs. So you'd have to have one
No.
on your
Yeah.
back.
I mean, I'd have if I technically can use the Staff of Healing because I'm a cleric. I would still have the same issue because I carry around a great axe, but
Bard, cleric, or druid.
Could Alton use it?
Mm-mm.
Well, for now, let's. I'm just going to hold on to it, if you guys don't mind. But for now, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to keep the Staff of Healing just until, and if we find, how I don't recall what attunement time is, but I will be sure to attune it if the situation calls for it.
and to be fair, out of game meta talk, I attack every once in a while. I let Durspear and Tushar attack more than I do. I cast spells more often, so I mean I could just hold the staff if we decide go that route.
It's only an hour to attune to, right?
Yeah, short rest.
Yeah, so we got
time. We can talk about it.
Yeah.
I think there's some benefits both ways.
I'm just gonna use my ring to jump around scaring people as we go.
Oh, God.
If he scares me, I want to punch him in the face if I can.
Roll for an attack. And
That's my ability.
I'm going to say at disadvantage because
Oh, motherfucker!
if you're going invisible and scaring people like a ghost, yeah.
I'm so mad at you. I had a natural 20. So mad at you. I still rolled an 18 plus 8, so
Hits.
Yeah.
I want to punch him square in the face.
Okay.
Like I want to pull around and grab him by like the shirt collar and bring him down and just.
Like you go to grab the shirt collar, but not knowing exactly where he is kind of throws you off, and you just grab his shoulder. Like you start to slip and you pull him down, square in the nose. You see the blood start to like drip down. I don't care who you are. If you get punched in the face by a dwarf, your nose is bleeding.
Oh yeah, I mean, I might even have my metal plate mail gauntlet on.
Fuck!
It's bad luck to be scaring a dwarf.
I'll just press digitation, a little fart behind him, scamper off.
Brightbeard.
Wow.
Yeah, Brightbeard. Like, as you cast prestidigitation, a little squeaker fart. Brightbeard kind of snickers at it. The flames on the other side of the room shake.
Yeah. So what is our plan is to go up or down the mountain? I'm a little confused on that part.
Well, I believe we're going up the mountain to meet Alton's contact or friend of some sort.
But we're not taking the boat for that. We're walking up the mountain.
No.
We gotta take the boat to get to the mountain and then up.
Yeah. So
I understand.
here, let's see. I don't know if this will work, or if you guys would be able to even see.
I'm proficient with land and sea vehicles, so.
Forget it. Your place is tucked in right here in the Dunrock Mountains. You can take the river down, or take the boat down the river, dock it at the south end of the mountains, and then you have to get up the mountains.
I say executive decision. Let's do that.
What would be the mileage path? What is it? Bird's path? Bird's eye view? Not bird.
From the
What
bottom,
am I saying?
like from where you are now.
As far as the
Straight shot to the
wallow
point.
travels,
Yes.
Give me
By the way of the bird.
give me a survival check with advantage.
He means by the way the crow flies.
Yeah, by the way the crow flies is exactly what I was going. And that is a 28.
28. Straight flight, no rest. It's probably about 20 hours.
Would that be there and back, or just one way?
That would be like if an eagle flew from your place right to there with no weather complications and rolling really, really good and being on point, you could do it in under a day, I'll say. But if you're trying to carry something,
good
then
luck, Marlowe.
that's going to be slowed down. Now,
No,
climbing.
Alton, we're all going.
Right, of course, eventually.
No, we're all going now.
This
Right.
is when Alton looks up from his book and joins the conversation. You see Brightbeard fart after he punches Connell in the face for being scared. And Marlowe's got like a map, one of the maps of Wildmount out on the table with like a couple of like naturistic kind of protractors and rulers. So probably something that your
carved wood.
Slower,
yeah,
slower.
and handed down from your grandfather, so they like have aged.
Yes.
And
Yes. Keep going.
Is Alton up again? Like, Jesus, where did he go?
Oh, I am. But only momentarily.
All right, guys. So here is the plan. We can do this the quick way. We could do this the slow way. I could try with maybe like half a day to a day, get up there and then teleport back. Or
How would you teleport back?
I can transport via plants.
Is there a range on that?
This plane, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Any-
sure.
anywhere
As long as
on
it's
this
any
plane?
plant that you've seen.
Yeah, so
But,
that's that's one of those. That's the spell that the druid from Oth got you guys across the Sirios
Yeah.
Mountains.
Yep.
There is a.
I'm not
a
keen on you
mutation
going by yourself.
on, the size of the gate, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yes. You're
Like-
not mistaken.
Like, unfortunately, we can't just transport via moss. Because that would be incredible.
I mean, mountain should have a tree or two, right?
Oh, I'm sure it would.
I the Rats and Den. Now you have access to all of this. Would you like to read to your party the information that is held here in the Vergessen Sanatorium? Because it was an academy, so it has detailed things, and you can find out about the Ratsoon Den word for word. Hold on, let me just find it for you guys. Because your plan, will it have trees? Ratsoon Den is the training spots for the Griffins, the Griffin Riders, for the Righteous Brand. That part of the mountain used to be the highest population of all Griffins. So they built like a small encampment 4,000 feet up in the air, and they train Griffins there. I will say, with the knowledge of you guys from Zadash, there is probably not as many as there typically is, because the king is fucking marching his way towards the Ashgard garrison to fuck up the critter. So,
We should get there before he gets there and get out before he gets there.
I also have another plan, and I guess I could pitch this out if we're spitballing. How do you guys feel about being who just broke wind?
Aye, that was me. Sorry.
Ah, yes. We would be but a Nemo fart in the wind. all of us at once. We could be a form of gas
how
hurtling
long?
in the in the wind towards our destination. I can turn us all into gas.
For how long, though?
Oh, about 8 hours. But we move about flying speed up 300 feet.
All right.
I'm
It'd take 2 spell slots for that. So
Oh.
you'd have to land. You'd have to
and
land.
recover and short rest. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to do that. But I'm gonna say with 300 feet straight line mist, you avoid all encounters except for finding a spot to land and recasting the spell.
Ooh.
I mean,
How can we say no?
at the sound of that, Kyle just takes off his ring quick. We're gonna become fucked.
Apparently.
In the middle of all this, I walk up and punch Nemo in the face.
The fuck? Roll attack.
With advantage, because he's not expecting it. You can wait. You can wait until fucking.
Passion perception's 18. No, that's
Yeah,
fine. Yeah, I don't
alright.
expect it at all. I don't expect it at all.
That's fine. You totally see the fist coming at the last minute.
Sneak attack.
Did you roll?
That's a 25.
Fuck.
And the only thing I say is, and I look really, because Nemo does not look as thrilled as I thought he would, so I'm just going to say, I thought that's what friends do, and I walk sheepishly away in the corner.
Yeah,
He is.
Wait, no, you weren't raging, so I'm gonna have you roll for damage to see if you give him a bloody nose, because you're not a dwarf. You're still Dorspira.
That is only 3 points of
3
damage.
points of damage. Nope. maybe a little dribble.
Oh, that was good.
Sorry.
Pete Connell, that's how you do it. Straight on, not from behind. Oh,
Who said I was behind?
So, option 2 is
fart. Travel via fart.
travel via fart.
Let's do it.
I
I'm
was
down.
going to say transport via gas.
I'm honestly, I feel like now that I know this is a thing, I don't want to die until I've done this.
I hate to be a stickler about farts, but what's the duration here?
Oh,
8
we're
hours.
talking like 8 hours. You would be this old fart. You would be very stale.
Oh,
Already an old fart.
Oh, well then, it's business as usual. Does anyone want a hard toffee?
Actually,
I've got one in here somewhere. Where'd they all go?
Just make sure there's no lint on it.
I'll just pull out a couple from my hand. Just these?
Oh, yes. Can you pass those out, Connell? Most of mine are way down at the bottom of the pocket.
As I just pass them out, I'll be like, he doesn't know these are his.
Guys, I'll be right back.
So, just for some perspective, Tushar's been doing push-ups and sit-ups this whole time you guys have been talking, assuming it's morning, right? So he's he laughs when you guys do the punching and stuff, but he looks in the middle of a push-up over to Marlo and is like, "Is that a spell called flatulous form or something?" I mean, what? What?
I'm going to be honest. I've never done it or cast it before, but from my studies, I believe it is called the Walk of the Wind.
I do something called I was taught something that was Step of the Wind, but I mean that's well, similar, different. Am I gonna be like a puffy cloud?
I mean, yes, you will be in a gaseous form. I guess the thickness of your cloud is determined by your personality. I don't know.
That's gonna
Only
be
the
my
wild
big
mother
cloud.
knows that.
Well, I
think
think
we
we want to
could
be a
also-
fort.
Tushar, you seem like you would be a very, opaque cloud.
Something like that, I suppose. I have no idea.
So we're doing this or what?
Let's do it. Fuck it. Let's do it live.
Okay, so before I do this, I just want to warn everyone that when you are in the States, you can only do one thing, and that is kind of, dash towards our point. So we've got to kind of all go in the same direction.
Hold on. We can't talk to each other while we do this, can we?
No, like I said, you can only do one thing, and that is dash forward towards your point. So we got to be pretty clear on where we're going.
Well, if we know where we're going.
All I heard was up a hill.
Well, we have maps for it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm going to say you have, with your background, if you read the pack, you
Okay.
can get there. I'm gonna make you roll some, perception checks when you're, some skill checks when you're looking at landing, and when you get close.
Just think happy thoughts, lads. Happy thoughts.
I have a video that I found of a guy playing through a fart guitar pedal, and I want to say that you guys can only communicate in like your own distinct tone, and send you this video. But that's just me being stupid. So
All right, let's do it.
I'm 40, but I'm really 17.
Isn't that what D&D's about? Fart jokes?
Yeah.
Among other jokes.
All right.
So,
Yes. Is there any
Um,
last minute preparations you guys want to do before this?
I did message you last week that Tushar wrote to his buddy about
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's been like 3 days and you're at the north part of.
Oh, it's gonna take forever to get
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
The only thing I'll do is just restock my poisons. And
Okay.
Is there stuff to copy spells or no?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, as I said, this was an academy at one point, so you do find crates of paper worthy of that. I'm not gonna, handcuff you at this point. So.
I don't think there's anything Brigrid wants to do other than become a fart and go.
All right.
Yeah, there you go. Before we head off, I'm going to hand the Cloak of Elvenkind to Dorspira.
Come on, talk shit about why I need it. We all know I'm clunky as hell.
Yeah.
Oh, because I could see it from a fucking mile away.
I'm gonna say
Oh,
that.
I thought you could hear him before you see him.
Freaking sounds like a box of trinkets sometimes.
All right, as Dorspira, that's an attunement, right? Is the cloak attunement or no?
Yeah.
As you attune to it, it fucking matches Moonweaver. Like it shifts from that dull green and black to like this light blue, dark blue, purple kind of wave. Because fuck yeah, man.
You're now the coolest Destiny character.
You gotta. And as Marlo casts this spell, and you feel the weight leave your body, and start to drift out a window. Let's go ahead and take a break, and maybe by the end of the break, Jeff will be here, and we can, include
Sounds good.
our wizard in there. So, we'll be back in 15.
So
time I've been like fucking
No, that's one.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
All right. Well, if that's the case, do you know that the last time that I had to go up was because we needed the braid that was initially recommended, like 7 times ago. You know?
Well, yeah,
It's
but
like,
that wasn't
no,
the right
like,
time for it.
Don't.
All right, we're back. I'm kicking it back. I love you. All right.
Morbid time.
So, poof, you go out. Marlo, you're leading the way. I have one question for you. Are you gonna guide this group of fart clouds?
Hell yeah! I'm the northernmost fart.
Yeah,
Alpha fart.
the alpha fart. Are you gonna go down the riverbank and then go up, or are you gonna go like at the straightest path and take your break probably when you get to the base of the mountain? Like, do you want to go straight line, or are you gonna follow the river and then go up?
Knowing that she's got to make a one stop. She wants to make that one stop as safe as possible, because we're going to have to do a short thrust there. So I assume when she was laying down and had her protractor, she was mapping out at the ideal location for just a safe
Okay.
hour, right? An hour short thrust.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Go ahead. And roll me a wisdom or a perception check, just for your spot of landing, and then I'm gonna do a little bit of blah de blah. Describe what you see.
It is a 15 plus 5 for 30 20.
Okay. So as you take off, heading southwest, rising up, like to now where you guys are starting to go above the trees, and as you continue to climb, I mean the Dunrock Mountains to the northwest, they kind of like wrap around like this, like a half a U from where you are, and they are just towering. But as you climb, you start to see how large the Pearl Bow wilderness, that forest that you went through on your way to the Vergessen Sanatorium. It's just like a different aspect that I want you to take a picture of. Like, just tons of pine trees raising up as far as your eyes can see. And this continues for about 6 hours of going 300 feet per round.
It says has a flying speed of 300 feet.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that's per round.
Does that include dashing or no?
No. So if you wanted to get ahead, you could, but you
The
don't.
only actions are the creature can take in this form are the dash action or to revert. So I'm assuming that we are dashing.
This smells familiar to me.
So I'd say instead of 6, probably about at the 4-hour mark, you start to see the wilderness, like, create the outline, and you start to see like grass and plains off in the distance with just small smokestacks, curling out of the chimneys, maybe a campfire or two. You stick right, and based off your calculations on your survival checks, you kind of bring the group heading up. And you guys like start to like brush the top of the trees as you go straight up in the air for another hour and a half. As you come out, you notice the indentation on the map in this area, and you remember it right. you can land and revert and use this spot as your short rest. It's
Ugh,
already
that.
it's already fucking cold.
Whew.
Like being up here, and you're probably maybe 800 feet up on this ledge with a little cave around. You can see the vast land just off. Clouds are still above you, and the wind is whipping, and it's cold, it's chilly. The land,
What the beautiful view.
It's fucking freezing.
I suppose we have extra garments in the bag if anyone needs.
I'm
going.
feeling quite all right.
Whoa, I'm actually a little cold.
You're cold.
All right, someone
I feel a
wear
little
one of
weird.
Tushar's garments. I don't want to volunteer anyone, but if there's no volunteers, well then, go ahead. I'll give it a try.
What are we doing?
Never
Short
mind.
resting.
Yeah, it's just short rest.
yeah.
Yes,
man.
and I'm
I don't
going
want to waste the
to,
mention on this.
and I'm going to. Marlo is going to separate herself because she's going to use her natural recovery, and I think contextually that would require a little bit more concentration. So she's going to go off to the side and kind of meditate for that hour.
I just want to keep watch.
Roll a perception check. Anybody else doing anything?
Nemo, unaffected by the cold, will just stare off into the mountains.
22.
22. Okay.
Tushar's just gonna look around the same way Connell is, really, but
Perception. Third Spirit, Alton, you doing anything this short rest?
Just being introspective as always. Sorry.
I'm trying to stay warm, bundling up in my many layers of pre-existing robes.
18.
18. Okay. And kind of, what'd you say yours was? I'm sorry.
22.
22. All right. About halfway through, both of you start to notice where Marlo skittered off to is this series of cedar and pine trees, and well, they're resistant here. They're full color and everything. About halfway through, you can see them almost looks like they do one of these to any debris or light snow that may be on them and shake them off as they just get a little bit more green and more alive in her presence. You hear like animals off, but they don't really pay any attention, or they can smell enough of you to know that they are outnumbered and just kind of skirt off. Nemo, with your newfound resistance, you kind of take this in, and you look off to the south, and you can see this low-lying. God damn it! It disconnected again. Hold on a second, guys. Always in a good spot. There we go. All right. There we go.
My newfound what?
You have the ring of cold resistance, or you took the resistance
yes.
cold. So what I'm trying to say is, because it's not affecting you like it normally would, you can just peer off without that shiver, with a little bit more concentration, and a vision in the clouds. Just like the thought of sailing down the river kind of like warmed your blood a little bit. And you see like just a ship, you know, not an actual ship.
Yeah, but in the
like,
sky.
Yeah, like just cloud chasing. Just makes you think.
It does. I'd like to cast a spell.
Okay.
Hold on a moment. Let me double check. I want to cast Augury.
Okay.
Take out my bone dice from the Moorbounder tusks that we made
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for the spell. On my have it. Here it is. So I'm gonna cast that. It's a second level spell. But I can cast it ritually. So with this time, I can cast it ritually.
Yep.
And I want to know. I'm asking the Storm Lord because I'm taking that as a sign from him. I'll wait till about 30 minutes before we're gonna leave,
Okay.
and I want to know. Go ahead.
Is this private time or can anyone see you?
I
would say
yeah.
you can see me doing it. I'm not hiding it.
I would say definitely Connell and Tushar, because you guys are actively like keeping. You can see like Brightbeard take out the bone dice and just kind of
It's
like
snowy where we're at.
I'm gonna say it's like a light dusting. You
Okay.
start to see some snow, but it's not.
I'll spread any dirt and rocks and debris to make me have like a flat surface, a little natural dice tray, and I'll. Want to. I'll even pump a spell if I have to. Oh, I'll kind of like put a little bit of a lightning lure into it, like just like try to channel that lightning into the dice as I think of the Storm Lord, and I ask him the results of what our course of action will take us.
As in your path.
As in our path to up the mountain, meeting this person.
Okay. So you see him like flinging the dice and rolling them around until like they like kind of statically lock in place onto the stone that he's rolling them, and a bit of cloud just starts to funnel over Nemo as like the visible area over Nemo starts getting thick with snowflakes. And like two flying creatures just dash through it, like you see. So you would gather that visibility is going to get low. Not that that will necessarily affect you in your travel means that you're going on. And flying creatures?
Dope. Do I take that as a good thing or a bad thing or both good and bad?
Roll me a religion check. I'm gonna see your.
Just because that's specifically what the spell says that I get from it, so I'm just trying to read it. 11 plus 11, 6, 17.
17? Okay. Like, you see Nemo, like, roll the dice, back with his hand, like manipulating and almost like a sleight of hand, rolling the dice through his finger and flips it over. And the image that went through the cloud just kind of like rewinds back, and you see a griffin with a soldier on it just shoot off. So, I mean, dangerous, yes. How you approach them, you know that this is what they do, but
It's
still,
kind of a not good, not bad, but this is what we're dealing with.
yeah. And Righteous Brand, I mean, Tushar would brush you up on them, and I mean, you guys have probably had enough encounters with Righteous Brand soldiers now to know that they're like the Army Rangers.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
More like Mounties.
Hey,
If I have the time during the short rest, I'd like to cast the spell one more time.
yeah, sure. I mean,
Pick
you
up
won't
the
be able to
dice.
take your short rest. You'll be
I
casting
don't need it.
spells. Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm doing it ritually, so it's 22 minutes of my time.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask about my course of action within the next 30 minutes. That I intend to ask Alton about the Ring of Wishing.
Is this?
And I want to know if I should or if I shouldn't. If I'm going to have a good result or a bad result.
Like, you know, when you look over something where you're really high up, you know, and you kind of get that moment of vertigo, like that unease in your stomach. Am I right, Alton? I guess I should probably ask you. What?
Of course, but that feeling alone, I cannot deprive you of whatever answers I can help with.
So, Alton's going to take out the astrolabe and his lodestone
Mm-hmm.
to separate them in different hands, angle up and try to get the closest sense of any near ley line to where we are immediately.
Okay.
And then I'm going to
Create a series of marks, demarcations along a vector, and then hope that it will assist my good friend in some way.
Carber's gonna get up from his bone dice. Scoop it up. Gonna walk over to Alton. My friend, I understand the nature of our quest and what tools we need to hold in reserve to succeed. But I want you to promise me something.
Anything.
If we don't need it to save this world. And I'm gonna get really close. You can see tears in his eyes. He's like, if we don't need it, when we're all said and done, whether I'm alive or not. You will use it to bring my girl back. Promise me, Alton.
Alton's gonna look him straight in the eyes. Probably do one of those handshakes that's like all forearm.
I swear it, brother.
Swear it to me, Alton, on something that matters. Can I... Okay, I want to use a spell in a way that it's not intended.
The rest of you can unmute when you're laughing too.
That's fine. It'll take time. Oh, yeah, I don't even have the components for it, so never mind. Unless someone has 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
I probably do. We'd have to look at the bag of holding.
Fair. Well,
Not even kidding. Like, we could spend 25 minutes doing that.
I say
Maybe we can make it, right?
it's fine. This spell really doesn't work that way, anyways. I was thinking about using ceremony in a way that
and
in a way that like binds the promise in a way, but it's really not a way to use it.
I see what you're saying.
I mean, so
I'm okay with it. Blood oath, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
you know,
I take a first level, like a first level spell, and check it off just because I want it to mean something, even though you.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it's a first level spell.
All right, so do that, and if Alton, what's your DC? Tim.
Is
DC?
Yeah,
it's a 16.
16. So let's say if Alton joins this, to break this, you'll have to succeed on a saving throw.
I would never do that.
I'm not saying that you would. I'm just saying like a ceremony kind of thing. Yeah, fuck sure. Why not?
But what is it again, just in case? No, I'm just kidding.
I imagine like matching lightning bolt scars on her wrists or something.
Ooh, yes, and then eventually matching tattoos.
I'm sure you have some of these on those.
That's when the promise is fulfilled.
Hey, back to serious. Cool. Right.
So
good.
You end your short rest.
Fart time.
It's farting time.
Fart time.
Farting powder.
All right. Marlo leading the way.
Before we go, Alton, remind me, who are we looking for?
Oh, I believe his name started with an R.
Come on, DM. You gonna help me here?
He's looking.
I tell you what, I'll sound it out. No,
No, it was rat. You're going to Ratsenden, but that was not. That's not the guy's name.
No, the guy's name was Rexingtrip. No. Radagast.
No.
No, that's
Keep
a
going.
wizard from the woods, there, friend.
Jeff, roll me a D100, please.
Andy, I honestly don't remember this. So
I know.
why?
That's why I'm asking. you to roll me a D100.
Yeah, all right. $77.
77. His
I hope
name
that's fucking
was Thoradin.
That sounds familiar. That sounds like something I wrote down.
Oaken Shield.
Yeah, listen. No, it's
Brain.
Anvil Head.
Ooh. I like that. I genuinely do.
And the Anvil Heads are prominent doors. Were. Like, early Exandria, like Calamity, and then, like, kind of fizzled or faded or they were lost, you know, killed in battle. He is one of the remaining ancestors to the prominent family of the Calamity. The Anvil Heads. And they're actually... roll me in a history check.
Anyone?
No, you, Alton.
Can I also get in on this? I'm curious if I know this person.
You can roll, but I'm gonna give you a disadvantage.
A mere 15.
15. Okay.
Natural 1, but I'm gonna re-roll that.
That's awesome.
Nope. What was it?
Oh, it was a 5.
5? No. That's about what you gather, what you remember, Alton. What you can relay to the group. But
Okay, I guess what I was getting at is, if I knew the person, I could probably see where they are, but
yeah,
can't
I'm gonna
really help you with this one. So, I guess we'll have to just,
Storm the front door.
yeah, we should find some place that is a little bit out of sight, so we can maybe make a plan, gather together, and move from there. So just everyone stick with me, and like last time, everyone hold hands before we change forms. Spear, I'm looking at you.
yeah.
You don't have to make the noises. We talked about this.
It just echoes across. You see an avalanche starting. Anyways, you guys are back in fart cloud form, and you start heading up the mountain. First couple hours, relatively easy. The next couple hours, the snow is intense. It picks up, the wind doesn't slow your travel down or your path because you're literally clouds and can just fly straight through it. You start to see like you get above the weather. And just like as you're cresting like the heavy snows and the light clouds are just lingering over that. Everybody make me a perception check, please.
$19 for me.
19?
Whoa! 21.
Okay.
Also,
5, 21, 19. Connell?
27.
Okay. Marlo?
16.
16? Tushar, was that a 5?
It's a bad rolled 5.
Okay. So, the rest of you start to see the silhouette through, like, the clouds of a flying beast. And as it, like, breaks through, it's a righteous brand soldier on a griffin, just coasting. In cloud form, you inconspicuously, all of you, advert getting destroyed by this guy. But Tushar, in a moment, you see, like, the colors of the righteous brand. You're like, wait, do I know this guy? And the griffin just goes right through you. You see, like, Tushar's cloud just, like, expand out. And you feel it, like the instinct of getting hit by a bullet that's not going to hit you. You know, like, oh, this is going to hurt. Fuck. Yeah. And just as, like, you start to, like, float back together, another one flies through it and hits you again. And you see the back half of this guy has, like, beautiful blonde, flowing, long hair. And he lets out a yelp to the other rider as you see him now, like, bank right. You guys float up. Marlo, you find a spot that is, it'll be tight quarters for the whole group, but it's not guarded, and it'll give you a chance to really, prepare if you want. But you can take a flyover if you would like, because you are fucking clouds. So.
Yeah, if we have the time, we're going to do a flyover.
Okay,
Touch
so
down.
perception roll by one guy, and one person can help, or two people can roll separately.
I have advantage on perception.
Lowest I can roll is at 19.
That's better than me.
Just throwing that out there.
That's better than me. That's better than me by like 22%. 22.4%. Better than me. Better than
right.
the best I can do.
So, go ahead and roll.
Right.
Do two people want to roll, or are you going to roll with advantage?
It's up to the group.
Give him advantage, for fuck's sake. Right?
Okay.
All right.
Is that too meta? Is that like
Nah.
way too meta? I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm always the guy looking out anyway.
I just like the idea of, like, clouds floating up and, like, starting to crest the encampment to see what they see, and they, like, all of a sudden halt, and they just, like, float there as there's, like, a mental just looking at each other. Sure. What'd you roll?
Around.
24.
24. So you see 3 large trees, like larger than what should be up here. You can see several groups. One on the ground with a couple guards, like a young griffin. And by young, it's still, like, way fucking bigger than you. But, like, they're training it in something. And you know, you see, like, the talons, like, kick up at the same time, like a stomp attack from, like, a standing position. and then they like back it up. You fly around, you can see a square, like 1-story stick-built structure that looks like the main building of this encampment. And you can see like a series of other circular like huts built up, and has like snow packed around, almost like teepees but igloos, and they have smoke ripping out the center of them. You can see as you like kind of float around the encampment. Now this is at the southern tip, so like the east, the west, and the south side are steep drop-offs. You have rocky terrain to the north side. You can see another squad of trainers on another young griffin as they're like getting it ready to fly and take it off on a lesson. And just as like you come around, you see the 2 griffin riders and latch on to 2 of the big trees, and they just like shift and and hop off and probably give each other fucking high fives, because come on, these guys
That's
are that
badass.
Kind of,
The high-low.
yeah. And it seems like it can house more, but like I said before you left, with the information you had, you guys know that the war is going on, and even the training, the griffins in training are intimidating to a point where you would want to have all hands on deck so you can see, you can reason that out. But you guys are on like a cliff. You can circle down, land, and be in a spot where you're not noticed, thanks to the super awesome use of Cloudwalk.
Woo! When we land, I'll go invisible.
Okay. You guys all land, and it's just the 5 of you. You don't see Connell.
Okay. Marlo will grip her staff of the woodlands and cast Pass Without a Trace.
All right. All of you roll me a stealth check. This will be used for how well you are keeping quiet while you plan before you
So
move next.
plus 10, right?
Yep.
Being invisible, would that be advantage on it?
Advantage on stealth checks, plus 10.
14
Hold
for
on one
Brightbeard.
second. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Whoa. Really? Tim?
Hmm?
That's rough.
Yeah, that -1 and roll an 8 and a 5.
Can't carry this roll, boys.
It's all right. I'm sure it's a group check. Whoa.
Whoopsies.
Sorry.
How'd that cloak work out?
All right. So, Nemo, what'd you roll?
14.
14. Connell.
33.
Too sharp.
23.
Marlo, 18. Look at that. There you go. Darspira.
22.
Ooh, okay. And Alton.
And a matching 22.
Okay. You guys come out of this spell. It's tight, and when like Tushar releases, when you expend the spell, you like land, and Nemo does it at the same time, and like you kind of put your foot on his foot, and his stick leg hits like stone, and he starts to slip back, and you like pull him in. Not super scary, but just a bit of flux. You don't make any noise. You feel good about this. What is the plan?
Sorry about that, Brightbeard. Didn't mean to. Your foot okay?
I only have the one, so watch out.
Sorry. I don't want to be gassed anymore.
What? Do we just go up to the front door and say, "Hey"?
Where'd that come from?
Do you want me to?
You look.
You want me to go do the-
Make a perception check. Roll me. What was your? It was like 30 fucking.
33.
Yeah.
It's the lowest I can roll without pass without trace.
So I'm guessing your perception isn't 33. Yeah. So I mean, general direction, but you don't see anything. Connell is just his voice is out there.
Connell, do you want to do a little bit more recon and guess guide us? Alton, should we be doing this with stealth? Well, this Thoradin?
I feel like
And
we can't. We won't. It wouldn't hurt to be stealthy in case there's something else along our paths. But once we're there, I feel we can announce ourselves and.
Do you want me just to scout ahead to the front, see if the path's clear, and then?
I suppose so, but I'm sure everything is fine. It's just a treacherous terrain.
You didn't notice like
I have
any
no idea. I just
walls
said
or anything. This is like a point where people don't plan on getting attacked. So
Yeah.
so like there's no boundaries.
that's
or anything.
kind of what I was getting to. Is like at this point we've made it up here, so it's either we just like stealth in and it's going to be easy, or we just I don't know.
I mean,
I think it never hurts to stealth, and we've already
Yeah,
got past without a trace. So
So you're gonna
I can
use
go up
that.
just see if.
I'll say we'll use it to get as close as we need to, and then when it comes to it, we'll announce ourselves.
Okay, doke. That's the plan. All right.
I'll stay out ahead just a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna say you're perceptive enough that you notice probably 3 other guards as you like climb up. That weren't training, but they were like in overhang to the main square hut that you saw. And one of the huts appears to be made out of stone. You can see now from this, like more of a fine art almost.
What kind of doors do they have?
It would be wood. It would be wood.
Can I just kind of sneak around and see if I can peek in any windows, see if there's anything in there?
Yeah, there's like 2 fucking like smaller half windows. They don't have big windows up here. The wind is fucking whipping, and you make a perception check, but it would be with disadvantage as it is freezing on the outside and warm on the inside. So the glass that is there has that like frosted kind of feel to it.
It'd be 19 with disadvantage.
19. Okay. You see a very old dwarf with two massive braids that run down like upon his big belly, and he's kind of sitting there with his legs crossed. He's got a big pipe that he is pulling off of, and like his hair is like almost past that like shiny silver phase and has gone into like that dull old gray kind of feel.
I'll just kind of lean in, just whisper in the brooch. By the stone hut, I think we found who we're looking for.
Everybody.
Path's clear. There are several guards up ahead.
Let's go.
So you're gonna like walk up the like traverse the 10-foot stone and get up to flat ground. Are you trying to sneak around these guards? Is that what the rest of the group is trying to do? You tell me,
I'll follow their
guys.
lead.
I just gave him the warning. I said what there was. That's up to them.
I mean, so he gave you the warning as soon as you like climb up a couple blocks and get to that level, so your eyes are on the playing field. You can spot the guards. The Griffin Riders are over probably 60, 80 feet away, to the point where you don't see them completely until like that wind stops for a half a second. Then you can see them, and then when the wind picks back up and pushes the snow around, it kind of blocks your vision from them. Yes, Halton.
You mentioned a cliff at one point.
Yes.
Any idea roughly how high it might be?
You're about 4,000 feet above sea level right now. So I would say at this point, I think of this point like the city in Lord of the Rings that comes to that. What the fuck is the name? The city that comes to the point with the one
Minas
tree.
Tirith?
Yes.
Is that, yeah, Minas Tirith.
Yeah, not as beautiful, but you know that cliff, that point in the drop down. I think of this encampment kind of sitting on that kind of terrain. But there's 3 trees. These trees are like formed for the griffins to grab on and kind of perch. Like they're fucking super thick. And even though they don't have a lot of leaves, there's still a lot of life in them. Like they're tethered and strong. But yeah, there's cliffs, and I mean pretty much outside of a couple like alcoves or enclaves, it's straight down and rigid. But Connell is up. The rest of you are still like preparing to go up. If you go up, and how you want to go up is what I want to know, and who's going up.
These your friends. I thought this was a friendly visit.
I can always try to smooth this over. I mean, I'm not in their thing anymore, but I'm not too far out. You know, I'm a little retired from the military. I mean, we can try.
What do you think?
I'm okay with it.
Lads? Lass?
I think it's our best option.
All right. I'm gonna pump guidance onto Tushar.
All right. That like snow and cloud just kind of like swirls around you for a little bit. It's a bit chilly for a second, but
It's a little shake.
put your hands up on the ledge, lift up, get yourself on the playing field. How do you want to approach this?
What does guidance do again?
Give you a D4 on your roll.
Your next skill check.
Perfect. That pull up, by the way, it seems so effortlessly, by the way, that he just kind of he's gonna walk in the middle of the path towards the encampment, not trying to look at the guards or anything. Just
Okay. You get about 15, 20 steps in and like kind of make eye contact with the people that are in the main building, like in that overhang. And they look at you and they don't fully, and then they draw their swords. Two of them draw swords. Another one grabs a spear that's leaning up against the building. And they say, "Halt!" And at that point, at that command, you see the two large griffins spread their wings out. One starts to like fly up and like get an aerial spot where the other one just, and Connell, like you saw that young one training, this one just the second one just jumps off of, and like the stone and the snow just crushing into the ground. Where I don't know if you've ever been skiing, but if you've ever been skiing and you're like sitting down and you got that one asshole you're skiing with that like comes and does like a quick stop as you fall, and you just like,
Yep.
Tushar, you get a fucking body full of snow in face, and it's like you kind of like wipe it off of your face. You can see high level righteous brand soldier like already on top of you, ready to pounce. Like, I guess you would probably feel a little like proud, like, oh yeah, this is what they're about, and fucking intimidated at the same time, as like you can now see that they have tactically positioned themselves for this. He says, "What are you doing here? State your name, business!" Starts like giving orders to the other guys as they're like forming around. What are the
That's
rest of
funny.
you guys doing as Tushar jumps up there? Sorry, Tushar, I just want to position the rest of your party in case, I don't know. I know you guys can be chaotic sometimes. So, I know Connell is already up by the stone building. Okay, so you can see Tushar get plowed with snow, and the griffins. Connell, you also notice the guards from that you noticed start like going out. Marlowe, Brightbeard, Dorspira, Alton.
Gonna ready a dimension door.
Okay.
Just ready it in case shit goes sideways. I can dimension door right in front of everyone, like in between next to Tushar.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna prepare that, Marlowe.
Marlo is. I mean, Connell's still invisible, correct?
Yep.
So I'm going to go to the position that Connell kind of described. So I'm
All
gonna
right.
climb
So you kind of like flank around to the right. Alton, Dorspira.
Alton will take his lodestone, shake it slightly, and reach out to Dorspira. And as it approaches his armor, he'll almost feel it sort of magnetically connecting. And I will cast Fortune's Favor.
All right. And you're hanging in the back, like just gonna get yourself up to so you can see everything. Dorspira, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was having a quick conversation with my wife. Can you? Are we just prepping anything we might want to prep?
Yeah. So
Right.
Tushar like climbed up and approached
Mhm.
the open spot, and immediately this group of militaristic individuals snapped into place. He got doused with snow from a skid. Connell is off to the side. Marlowe, yes, Connell.
I'll let Durspier go first, but
Okay. Alton graces you with the lodestone, and you see like Marlowe kind of like get up and walk around to the first hut on the right.
All right, I'm taking out my javelin and ready a throw. at
Okay.
Anything. Yeah.
Just get up. Roll me an intimidation check.
can I, before he does that, when I see Tushar walk up, can I cast Hex on the big guy? The main guy?
Yeah. So he just doesn't know, right?
No.
No. All right, and the ability. What ability?
Wisdom.
Okay.
That is an 8 for me. So in my attempt to be intimidating, I fumble the javelin a little bit, and it kind of falls, and I awkwardly pick it up, and.
So Tushar, all this going
Yes.
on, he says, state your business, and they all have like the reaction of how the fuck did we get snuck up on the like legitimately they are surprised.
So, I imagine I'm still ahead above the majority of them if they're human.
Right, but there's this
They're
large
impressive.
griffin
Yeah.
that is like
So-
just
So, Tushar will just one hand just take the snow off his face, nothing else. Straighten up, give the righteous brand salute, and he'll say, Tushar Silver Scale of the previously of the righteous brand special ops, sir.
looks around, stops at like Dorspira, with the javelin up. Lower your weapons. Gets off the griffin. Goes to put his hand out. Impressive. Tell me, is this like a surprise test from the king? Some
Not so much, but I am thoroughly impressed.
I mean, I am impressed. He's gonna start like looking around. He doesn't notice Connell, but he sees like the little legs of Marlowe like run around the hut, and Alton. He's like, "How many are there of you?"
I'm gonna just give the hand that it's okay. If you guys wanted to do anything.
Alton will walk out.
I'll
They're
pop
gonna
out of stealth,
look-
but behind them.
I'm gonna say they're gonna look really confused when they see an old fucking man at the top of this fucking mountain. All right, I just don't know how else to be astonished by magic. Okay, but I mean these guys are Griffin Riders. They're not wizards. Now you have to explain yourselves. Friends. Yes?
Yes. Definitely friends. We're not here to cause any trouble. We actually need to talk to someone that is here.
You see him like turn around, whistle up to the other Griffin Rider, this shriek, of a whistle. The griffin comes down, lands. Guy jumps off. Yes, Alton.
Meta here, but we knew some Griffin riders before, right? Completely unrelated.
Where'd you meet them?
It was before we jumped the mountain. So it was back on the coast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember in a bar or something, right?
Yeah.
That was on the menagerie. Yeah, these are these are completely
okay, so totally different.
A completely different build. Like less colorful and way more hardy. Like thicker. Definitely.
Okay. That's all I was wondering. As you were, I got no ideas.
Okay, so, he'll bring you in. You're stealthing. Like, are you taking your ring off, or are you keeping your ring on? Activated, Connell.
I'll pop out from stealth just behind them.
You trying to intimidate?
No.
No.
Huh.
See, like, untrusting looks as you do that.
Fair.
They have an initial bond with Tushar. I would even gather that they would probably be somewhat astonished, but respect with Alton because of the cobalt colors. And I'm pretty sure you don them most of the time, right? Like, you don't have a reason.
Always.
Yeah, you don't have a reason not to.
I was going to say that occasionally, when we're in the winter, I'll have a sort of inverted coat where it's mostly white with blue accents.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Very furry.
They bring you into the main building. So, who are you looking
Tim's
for?
having internet issues. Oh.
And who do you want to talk to? Yeah. And the other guy, you're gonna hear the other guy like come up to and tap him on the captain's shoulder and be like, "Hey, this isn't like a one of those surprise exams from the king, is it?" He's like, "No, shut up." He pushes him away. Like they seem they're on edge a little bit.
Flash has forgot the guy's name, but Tushar hasn't.
Thoradin.
Oh, it's fine. I'll get it. But I was also going to fuck it up 3 times before I got it right. So much for
Thoradin
that.
and Volhead.
You can bring us over to the stone hut. He's over there.
Connell. We're looking for Thoradin, actually.
Oh, the old man.
He'll be expecting us.
All right. Go get him. You guys are staying here. Probably an awkward 15 to 20 minutes go by.
During that time, I'll just look at him and be like, your formation's in the back and front up there. They could have seen us coming from a mile away. You should have them look at, keeping a better eye out.
The soldiers will give you, like, grab their weapons, not point them at you, but you get, with your passive perception, after that.
I just want to make them uneasy.
Yeah. And I would say, like, you're starting to, like, position yourself where you can make, like, a quick exit if you have to, because they're still on it. You know,
Yeah.
this is intense.
Break down their whole defensive formation.
Yeah. So after that time, you see the first Griffin rider that greeted you. He had brown, thick, long hair and a chiseled jaw and a butt chin. All right, because he's a jock. I don't know. I'm thinking like Roger Clemens with long hair for some reason. But
That-
I don't
I can't
know.
believe you just did that to me. I can't believe you just did that to me.
That guy comes in, and you see like following slowly behind, like a drag of the foot, and then a step, drag of the foot, and a step. This old dwarf with this massive split beard that like wraps down past his belt line, slicked back hair, but it is like almost all bald on top, and it just goes long back, and he's actually carrying like this very intricate staff with a stone inscription like buried into it. I am Thoradin and Vilhet. And you are the Noctua? It's about time you show up, eh? I think we need to have a conversation, after all. Exandria may not live without your assistance. Just stomps around and goes to a nicer seat by the fire, and you see him like point at guys. They get the fire going in the hearth real good. So the whole building kind of lights up with like that reddish orange hue to it. You all can you can go now. Be gone. This is a conversation, not for you.
Make sure you tell your gods in the north not to sleep.
You feel a spearhead under your ribs, puncturing. You want to push your luck, boy? And like a thin human, like kind of gaunt. He's got a spear, like just next to you.
How many guards are? How many of them are there with that guy?
Well, I would say there's 5 plus him. So
He looks
Now-
like Steve Buscemi.
but yeah, exactly. But this is the only guy. Like he's like the one guy of the group that takes the insults the hardest. You know, so
I'm just gonna look at him. And,
My mace is out, by the way, and I'm making my way over. To
Cast banishment on him.
No! No!
I'm just asking if I can. I'm not saying I'm gonna.
No.
I won't do that.
I'm just gonna look at him and say, the king's gonna be very disappointed to hear about you.
I'm going to interpose myself between Dorspira and any line that any vector he might be making towards the somewhat homoerotic interaction between those two brawny males.
he's gonna like just grab the like move up on the spear, not push it in anymore, and just like get the Connell's ear.
Yes.
It'd be
Say
like
it again slower.
he's gonna be like, keep up the wise remarks. I'll get you before you leave. And then he's gonna awkwardly like look at Dorspira and like pull his spear up and just
This-
kind of, all right, let's go.
As,
Come on.
as soon as he looks at Dorspira, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to make him shit himself.
His pants.
Okay. I don't know if I can describe it any better than what we all just saw in our minds. You know, I think we all had the same look. So, he's
I'd like
embarrassed.
to say for a moment, Alton may think that he did it. So he's gonna act like he can't smell anything. You know what I mean?
Yep. And
As he walks away, I'll just be like, "You okay, lad?"
just that stereotypical glare over the shoulder from these guys aren't even bad. Like, all right, after the initial thing, they've been pretty hospitable, but this guy is like he's that guy. So he's gonna give you like a little glare and like
I'll give him a wink.
Yeah. And obviously Thoradin like shushes him after a minute, and he comes to, and I think that's a good spot to end this. 11:30, right before the big conversation. So
Dungeons and fantasy bullying.
yeah,
I don't feel great about it.
I don't feel bad though.
No, I don't either, but that's part of why I don't feel great. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Like, would you do that? Really? Would you?
To be honest, they probably do it worse than their own barracks. So I'm just saying.
But are we just post-rationalizing?
I
It
think
could be.
I want to thank anybody who has joined us for tonight, and in the future, we might be playing Saturday. I don't know if I am going to do Chaos Chronicles because it looks like my side job has been delayed a week. So I don't know if I'm going to do Chaos Chronicles or I have something brewing with Lex that we want to do for Son of Shadows.
Hey, Andy, what would be the best way to know if we go live though?
To hit the button on Twitch. Is it liking or subscribing?
If you follow, like, subscribe, do what
Follow.
you will. You'll
Fuck.
know.
Yeah, that's
We
it.
never know what medium this is going to end up on. So
I should have said,
do
"Geez,
all of
Mike,
your
I
things."
don't know. How about you tell me?"
Oh, we got you.
Make
All
sure
right,
you get
guys.
those notifications on.
Yes, notifications. We'll see you, if not Saturday, next Tuesday.